Hey everybody, it's Sochi. Today I've got a really quick video, a very quick speed build. Today I am finally building on a different lot. This one is the One Mary Shores Road, and I decided to do a starter home because the last couple of builds that I did were pretty expensive. So for this one, I made it 20,000 simoleons. My thinking was that maybe this would be for one sim, just starting out in the gnome world. So I didn't want to do anything too outrageous, too crazy. I kept it to only the base game and Enchanted by Nature. I figured we should keep it a bit limited since this is being built in one of the Enchanted by Nature neighborhoods. You're gonna notice that this floor plan looks an awful lot like one of these starter houses in Willow Creek. And I will say it was a little bit inspired because the Willow Creek house that I am thinking of is the one that I always go to and the one that I always renovate for my Sims to live in. So I figured I would bring that renovated floor plan to this neighborhood. You are also going to notice that there are a lot of random pauses, and that was because I was watching a show, and every time you see me pause, it's because I had to skip an ad or I had to do something like change the volume because it was a little too loud, whatever it was. I was trying to keep myself entertained while I build. And so that's why you sometimes see the video weirdly pausing. It's not your computer, it's me. I also want to say I used a pretty bright color scheme for this. I completely bypassed me putting placement furniture, but I decided to go for something bright because I wanted to honor the very colorful neighborhood that it was in. I kept on looking at the other houses and I noticed they were all just so colorful and so fun, and I figured that I should also bring that into this build, and that's why I did the outside this really beautiful bright yellow, but I still wanted to have those wood tones. So I used some of the a little more expensive columns to put on the corners of the house. If you need extra money, which you will, because I completely forgot about placing a trash can both inside and outside of this house, so you will need extra money. You can totally delete those columns, or better yet, you can delete one of those window flower beds that I put, because I do think that I put one too many, but I just loved the way that they looked. So if you do decide that your Sims deserve to have a trash can, you could totally delete them and place, you can even delete one, honestly, because one is worth 140 simoleons. So you could totally delete one and have enough simoleons to put one trash can there. But I furnished is this considered a bungalow? I furnished this build pretty quickly because it had to be sparse because there was just not enough money in the budget. So it just had to be that way. But what you'll see a little bit later is that I also did this really cool, really different little fence. Again, because I had no money, I had to be very creative about how I made enclosed space because there really is not much to do on this lot, on this build. There was just not enough money in the budget. So I just had to get creative, and I figured if I put an outdoor space, if and when your sim makes more money, they could totally put a pool there. So I use these hedges that are, I believe, 30 simoleons each to kind of line this outdoor area, make it cute. And when your Sims do eventually have money, maybe they can get a pool or like a grill or have a little bit of outdoor seating, something of the sort. Only a few windows have curtains. The rest of the house does not really have curtains. I mean, the rest of the house doesn't really have much at all. So that's going to be about it. There isn't really much more to say about this build because there isn't really much more in this house. Yes, this was really quick. I'm gonna leave it off with some music, the usual outro music that I have at this point. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.